They don't care about co-opted token holders. They just need the initial permissions for the first wave. This was in a dream I had last night. And when I asked this thought form where it was coming from, they said Alpha Centauri, as far as I can remember, which is apparently a star system, or the closest star system, if we were still in the non-simulated universe. How relevant that information is to anything, I have no idea. Didn't feel too special to me, but maybe some of you could make some sense of it. Also, last night I went out of body for the first time in a really long time, and remembered. It's not a remembering. I knew again how much of a hoax that this experience actually is. It's such a hoax. It's fraudulent and manufactured on every level, every possible level. Like the real reality of us is not even related to this like storied physical existences. You can barely say that it's related. It might be related in that one can be hopped to from another, but as far as what we are outside of this, there is no comparison at all, because it's not a story. It's not a story at all. This here requires a story. It requires a constant telling of oneself a story, and it requires constant identification here in this dream space thing, construct, mind field. It's a minefield and a minefield, but it's not. It's so far removed from what we are outside of it, or at least what I am. And I'm not saying that this place doesn't have a purpose, because everything that, obviously, every place that you find yourself in has a purpose. There's no other way around it, even if it's a nightmare, or if it's a hell realm. It doesn't matter. You have to respect the place in which you appear, no matter what kind of place it is. And if you don't respect it, then it will kick your ass. And it will still kick your ass if you do respect it, but it won't kick it as hard, hopefully. But the getting out of this temporally bound, illusory time-space continuum, storified, seemingly fleshly, bodily experience, outside of it, it's you can't describe it. There isn't any words at all. And compared to like the restrictions here, it's the freedom is it's indescribable. It's like orchestrating perfect music that you don't know how to orchestrate, and feeling each key or note as it's being made, and you don't know how you're doing it, but you are fully doing it. And there's no planning, and there's no like foresight or hindsight, or there's no need for holding on to it as it passes on, because it stays you know, like each one is just as good as the last, or better, or something. Like, it's not, there isn't a need for holding on to each little tone or key as you pass over it. And within that experience, there's infinite exploration too, within like the music that you're playing. And there is some sort of like touch, sensory feeling to it, but it's more a mind sensory. It's impossible to describe, and weed tries to copy it. Weed, at least in my experience, smoking weed tries to replicate what we are as abstract infinite beings outside of this construct. And, you know, I don't know, I'm grateful that I was able to feel that again, because this place is so constrictive. And, you know, this place is just dumb. Everybody's running around grabbing money for whatever, for some undefined progress, which is just all backwards. The whole place is stupid. There's no point for it. There's a point for it, but to the creative mind, it just feels like jail. And being creative is indeed an offense here, and you probably will end up jail if you do too much of it, or in jail. Office in her eye. It's not related to this at all. You could see this, like when a being is still experiencing fear, you could see this as a baseline from which to like do voyages and explorations into mind, or into this infinite experience that's outside of the 3D realm. But as a baseline, it's kind of shitty because this place is shitty. Don't know how else to say it, but of course if there are cosmic wars going on, then maybe this is just the way it has to be. Anyway, just some thoughts, some experiences. Hope you guys are managing to stay somewhat sane in the realm. Until next time.